Welcome to another real-time trade. In this video, I'll discuss several ways to manage the trade to empower you to design a trade management model that suits your unique mental wiring. This is the stuff of the real game. Now let's join the trade in progress. Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Good morning to you. It is 9:28, 2 minutes to the New York Open. I just wanted to click record here and get started. Take a look at the three sisters here before the market opens, just before the market opens, and get a sense of where things are going here, at least in the pre-open here. Now we only do have a few seconds left, well, a minute and a half, and we'll see how things fly from here. So this is the NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow from left to right, 1 minute chart with VWAP, volume weighted average price, the blue line in the middle, 2.5 standard deviations for those who are new. I know many of you know exactly what I look at here every day, pretty much in this order. Three sisters first to get a sense of where we are relative to the average price. And then I'll flip over to my trading grid, which looks like this. It's the daily chart in the top left, the 30-minute chart in the bottom left, and then a 1, 2, or 3 minute chart on the right-hand side. For the first hour of trading, it's usually the 1 minute chart, so here it is, right there. A couple of EMAs are on there as well. That's the 9 and 21, but it really doesn't matter too much which EMAs you use within reason. And just whatever suits your your nature, your temperament. Really, it's all about seeing relative deviation from those averages, whatever those averages may be that you have chosen. This is the NASDAQ, guys. I always look for, or typically look for 30-minute reasons to enter. We are in a range right now on the 30-minute chart, as you can see here. Kind of dead center of this range that was formed in Asia back here and in Europe. When of course, we're still in Europe for another 2 hours or so. All of Europe closes at around 11:30, and it's now 9:30. There's the first candle. See the background color change there on the 1 minute chart? That's the first candle of the New York session. There's that flurry of activity that we typically see. Some random, unpredictable price action. That's the NASDAQ. Let's go over to the S&P. Here's the 30-minute chart down here, bottom left. On the S&P, of course, we are also range bound here, but moving higher. As you can see, looking like we want to potentially make an attempt at the top of this range, but who knows? We'll see. Just believing what the market tells us. And then here we are on the 30-minute chart for the Dow. 30-minute chart, bottom left. 1 minute, of course, on the right-hand side. Lots of activity. Big wick here. Back to the three sisters. And there it is. You can see that wick there on the bottom and top wick on the Dow. The biggest move on the Dow. Almost ran up to the 2.5 standard deviations there. Quite a significant move. All right, guys. Well, I'll be cutting out dead air, sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments, things like that to keep this video nice and tight. We'll see if we can get a trade out of this thing here today. Let's take a look at VIX, shall we? VIX has been a very important player of late. There we go. VIX is 12.87 this morning, up a little bit from yesterday. And this has been a very low VIX environment, as most of you will know. The VIX crush, anything below about 20 makes it very difficult for most day trading models. Not all, but for most, in my experience over the many years working with traders and trading alongside many traders. And of course, anything below 16, 15, 14, and 13, we are below 13 here today, makes it even that much more difficult. This is when I get very conservative and I wait for optimal entries only. I was telling somebody this morning that I come into the market during times like these, and I'm I'm trying not to trade. I'm actually thinking of not going to take any trades today whatsoever, unless the setting is the setup, is so compelling that I have no option but to take it. It leaves me no option, and I need to flip the coin with a calculated, weighted coin, of course, based on my long-term edge, my trading model, and we take it from there. I'll put you on pause, guys, bring you back as things materialize here. Thanks for being with me. We'll talk soon. All right, guys, we're back. I'm watching at 10:19 here. News came out at 10 o'clock. Watched a little bit of a flurry, but not much. But now looking to, I had a marker up here that I was playing with right about here, guys. Looking for a buy, potentially, on the S&P. tight range, but I think we can get enough volume here potentially to get some range expansion finally, since we're in the US session and we're still in the first hour. For now, it's 10:20 as I mentioned. All right, buy stop order guys right here. And we're set for 2R. Here we go. Bear with me for one moment. And I'm in, guys. Finally, took a while. Tapped in. Long the S&P, guys. ES. Right over there. That's the actual entry. Markers are in place. The coin has been tossed. Now it's the waiting game. I'll put you back on pause. And we'll come back as this thing develops and we'll talk about the trade in more detail. And target 1 has been hit. So the 1-hour all-or-nothing trader has left the game with full profitability. Waller is speaking right now and must have said something the market likes. We'll keep watching this. And target 2 has been hit. Had to step out for a couple of minutes, but came back to a nice surprise. This thing's taking quite a while. This is a 2-minute chart now, guys. I've stepped up so I could reduce the number of candles here, as I sometimes do when it gets a bit long in the tooth. Entered here at around 10:22, and it's now 11:30. We're going into the twilight zone, guys. We'll keep our eyes open, of course. So the 1-hour all or nothing and the 1.5-hour all or nothing traders have left the game. The 2-hour move stop to break even at 1 hour, of course, has moved their stop to break even because we hit 1 hour back here. And now it's just the 2-hour all or nothing trader that is waiting to see what's going to happen here. We'll keep our eyes on this. And there it is, guys. Target 3 2R has been hit. So all 4 models profited fully today, which is nice to see after a very slow start here, grindy start. Guys, this was a zone reversal, had a sort of a trend continuation feel. And the reason I say that is because coming into the market here, we had this little bit of a move up, sideways consolidation, pullback, but didn't break the low here. So you can think of this as kind of like a move up and then a corrective, but not all the way down, and then a break above. But key to this, of course, was the opening range and then breaking above the high of the session, New York session, to go higher. But it has a zone reversal feel as well, guys, as you can see here, with these 2 opening candles here on the New York session, driving down to support, This zone, of course, had been adjusted down because we had bodies that printed without breaking the low, right? Whenever we have that, we simply shift our zones down or up, whatever we need to do to facilitate showing that support to our own brains. It's not for anybody else, but just for ourselves, so we can kind of get a perspective as to where price action is. And then the break above, prior candle, pretty simple. There's the first candle, 30-minute. Let me just expand this so you can really see it. The break above. So it's a simultaneous breaking above the prior 30-minute candle. That's the first candle of the session. And this kind of sweeping feel here, breaking above the high of the day, of course, which is also the high here on the New York session. Then drove higher. You know, it helped us out quite a lot that we had some news here at this was actually at 10 o'clock, which was right back here, and then Fed Waller started speaking and said some things that the market liked, and that helped us. And that's the name of the game, guys. We don't know what's going to drive prices, and we don't have to know. All we need to do is to follow our trading model, and whatever those setups are, be in place for them, be prepared to accept what the market brings us in line with those setups that have proven themselves time and time again. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate your support. Thanks for saying hi in the comments and clicking the like button, and we will talk to you a bit later. Take care.